And welcome back to Snowbox Show! I think this is actually, I think I might have skipped like one other thing here, but I did learn how to get to the menu to save. It's you actually have the left click. Backlog? Oh, I could go backlog, see like what they actually said. Let's go back. Backspace. Back. There we go. Back to the weird, mysterious story. It's basically a let's read at this point, right? The seventh, the suicide that took place during the... This is a great place to start, huh? At the Nicomedia stream, right? I read the article. We don't know for sure that it was a suicide. Though, people in the net are calling it a don't look at me case. And here's the video of the broadcast. What do you mean don't look at me case? That is a video. I saw that too. Wait, we saw it together. Are you guys watching it? Come on. And here's the building it took place in. Oh, and they took some more photos from me yesterday. Sorry, is this the main character person? I think I actually got to see what he looked like. I know that too. And this is the inside of his room. Hmm? No way. You took this? When? Wait. How? Until then, Ito had been disinterestedly pointing his camera at the colorful decorations in the hallway, but this got his attention. Of course it did. No one else had seen these pictures yet. Last weekend. That's a longer sentence than we thought again. You can see the room from the 5th floor of the karaoke place. Karaoke place from the other side of the street. Karaoke. Seriously? Majide? Here. This is the 5th floor. Shibuya? I've never heard of it. Unfortunate. You could always count on him to be interested when it came to new information. So, what? You went in by yourself? Huh? I mean, you went to the karaoke place by yourself for karaoke alone. I didn't have a choice. Did I? And it's embarrassing if I didn't sing, so it wasn't really karaoke. To be honest, I was a little embarrassed. The guy at the counter, who was probably just a part-timer, had stared at me suspiciously. Maybe I attracted his attention by coming up during the middle of the day in my uniform. And since I'd never been there before, he made me fill out membership paperwork. I didn't know how to do it, so it took me a long time. And actually, I'd actually never been to karaoke place before in my life. Alright, I got these. Let's go to the next one. This is such a pain. Should keep the mess out of the way. It's so like oozy, isn't it? I can never really see the cursor, but like it's so oozy, like the bottom of the screen, like at the bottom right. We went over to the gym from the 2nd floor hallway. It was filled with students laughing over who knows what. The whole school was getting ready for the culture festival next week. Ooh, what do we get to do? This year's festival was supposed to be the big one. I keep getting tips and I don't know what they're for. I'm sure there'll be gameplay eventually, right? Because I keep getting things and like there was a weird pop-up. Heikiho Academy was the first private school built as part of the restoration efforts, and so it was attracting a lot of attention. One reason why everyone was so excited for the school fair was the school's lax rules, with lots of clubs and activities. But the biggest reason was Shibuya Peace and Restoration Festival 2 months from now. 2 months from now, on November 9th, would mark 6 years since the Shibuya earthquake, or the Shibuya incident as we got. The 5-year anniversary fair last year. The 5-year anniversary fair last year had affected the whole town. We were at fair the wrong way there, not like the place you go. And since the school was in Shibuya too, it would include us. We were just a simple high school, But now our culture festival is being treated as a prelude to the big one, and supposedly there would be TV cameras filling the day of the event.
Are
those costumes copyrighted? Can they get away with that? Wait, why are they wearing them now? Ito turned his camera towards the group of people pretending to be pro wrestlers. Ito and I were in the newspaper club, and it was our job to record the festivities. Okay, no wonder we're investigating these because it's a newspaper. Not a paranormal club. Sorry, it's a perfectly normal club, not a paranormal club. Is there... Oh, sorry, those are climbing bars. I thought those were like 2 giant garage doors on either side of the gym. That would make sense, right? The principal had ordered that all clubs were to participate in the culture festival, and recording the festivities was our way of getting by without having to do much work. Recording video and taking photos was my hobby, and more than anything, it seemed like the way that would demand I burned the fewest calories. I couldn't see myself participating in any of the usual festival nonsense, like the baseball team's fried baseball ice cream stand, which was probably just regular fried ice cream in a ball. That sounds delicious. Come on. Or pro wrestling research... or the Pro Wrestling Research Club's mascot pro wrestling. Or even the seance that the Mystery... Yeah, the Mystery Club. That's what I thought we'd be in. The Mystery Club and Fortune-Telling Club were putting on together. They probably just don't have anything better to do. Hey, don't pull my whiskers. Go rip them off. Huh? Aren't these antennae? What do you think? If they're antennae, would they look cuter if you rip them off? Eh? Do we really have to answer such a stupid question? God damn normals. Go die in a fire. That's a bit aggressive. Hey, don't make fun of normals. I'm a normal. What is with this guy? Huh? Huh? You idiot. The camera. You dropped it. The thing's expensive. What do you mean? You're hurting me. Wait, the camera. Did you betray me? Did you lose a level? When did you get a girlfriend? What? Huh? I don't have a girlfriend. Don't forget that. Pick up the camera. I don't think talking over them is a good idea. What? We'll just let them talk first, then we'll say it. Syntax. I slipped out of Ito's grass and picked up the camera. Looks like it's safe. Good. I relax and hand the camera back to Ito. Right-sider. Jeez, get hold of yourself. We're not them. We're right-siders, right? Want me to give you a lecture about it? Listen. What is this fact is doing? The term normal first came into use on the Japanese internet around 2005. It referred to someone whose daily life was fulfilling and satisfying. I mean, sounds pretty normal. Sure. Why is this guy fully voiced, by the way? Because, like, there's been a lot of not fully voiced things. Originally, the term Netsian existed in its antonym, but that distinction barely exists anymore. That's because the net is now an integral part of everyday life. In 2050. This is so much talking in a gym. When it first came into use, simply having friends was enough to qualify one as normal, but gradually the requirement shifted to having a lover, but this too is changing. So am I normal because I have friends, or what? The modern definition of normal is now someone whose life is truly satisfying. That is, someone who's doing what they really want to do. In that sense, I am normal. I mean, What are these people arguing about? I
だから
don't
暇
get
に
it.
任せてふざけているあいつらはリア充なんかじゃないんだよ。
Therefore,
言葉は正しく使え。
the people over there who are screwing around and wasting time aren't normals at all. You need to use words correctly. Seriously, he needs to be careful. Just being a wrong sider by itself is a sin these days. What does that mean? Wait, I could just go over here. I can look at it, right? Tips list. Right sider. Someone on the right side of the digital or information divide. A right sider has necessary skills and environment to make use of information and communications technology, such as the internet, allowing them to quickly find, share, and receive high quality information. And wrong sider is someone on the wrong side of the digital information. The term wrong sider originally referred to those who use for various reasons found it difficult to use information and communication technology like the internet. Lately, however, it's come to refer to also people who can't properly use the information they have, or someone who's simply ignorant, or use the internet word and term used to refer to people whose understanding is incorrect or whose information is out of date. Miyashiro uses the term in the latter sense of the word, not the original meaning. See, it's nice that we have this. I need this because I don't understand their slang. Sorry, I'm too old for this. I am not a high school student. I don't follow. I'm not a 2015 high school student. After I finished my lecture, I saw that Ito was staring at me wordlessly. What? Did he not understand it? I walked him through the entire etymology.
Miyashiro.
Miyashiro?
なんだよ。
What?
お前はリア充じゃないよ。
You're not a
言
normal.
葉は正しく使おう
Let's
な。
use words correctly. Okay? Huh?
なぜだ
Why?
リア充はそんなこと言わない。
Normals don't talk like that. They don't have a whole 10-minute discussion on how to use the word normal.
はだから、
Wait,
なんでだ
why?
それに補強するなら女子の知り合いもいるんだぞ。もちろん男も。
And, you know, I've got acquaintances who are women, of course. Men too.
だから、
I just
リ
told
ア充
you.
はそんなこと言わないんだよ。
Normals don't talk like that. Does he want to be it or not want to be it?
さらに
I can't
付け加えるならな。
But what's the reason? And may I also add? Quickly I swallow my words.
ファッションの勉強だってしているんだ。
I'm studying fashion too. Is he studying fashion? I'd read that new magazine in Cool Cat before. I put it away. I read that new issue of Cool Cat before I put it away. There was an article called Utsunomiya's Fashion Leader. Utsunomiya. That was close. I thought it looked pretty good. If I could wear that stuff, I'm sure. Is this what our character looks like? I can never tell.
なんだよ。
This guy looks like the what's the guy's name? The like best friend in Bleach with like a different color hair. What?
なんでもない。とにか
Nothing.
く僕はな。
I'm telling you, I'm
ああ、わかったって。
sure.
次行こうぜ。
Whatever, man. Let's go. As he walked away, I turned my eyes towards the group mascot pro wrestlers.
わかった。じゃあもう全員で同じ着ぐるみに
All
し
right
よう
then.
ぜ。
Well, we're the same outfit.
ああ、戦隊もの風だ。色分けしようよ。私イエロー。
The most random characters in this game get voiced. This is like a random schoolgirl who's dressing up as like a Sentai Ranger, and they get voiced. But like the whole lame guy that streams like didn't get voiced. It's because he dies. Like, oh, like the Sentai Rangers, we can split up the colors. I'll be yellow.
その方が受け取れるか。
The audience would love
で
it.
も予算は
But do we have the budget?
あんたの小遣いがあるじゃん。
You've got your allowance, right? They do go on like the
バ
festivals.
カじゃないの
Shove it.
それか。
Or we could paint the colors onto our
受
bodies.
け取れればいいんでしょ。
It just has to get less, right?
こっちは忙しいんだ。
I'm busy.
おかえりなさいませ、ご主人様ケロ。
Welcome back, Master Keron.
可愛くなくね。もう
It's
ち
not
ょ
very
っとどうに
cute,
か
is
な
it?
るね。
Can we fix that?
可愛くないとか言うな。
Don't say that. It's not
別
cute.
にウェ
And
ブレス
wait,
って女子
it's
限
not
定じゃ
fair
な
that
くても
only
いい
the
じゃん。
girls are waitresses.
男子もやんなよ。
Boys should be waitresses too. That's You know what? Sure, we could participate.
ゲロカエルンってあんな語尾
Did
で
Garo
喋るキャ
Froggy
ラクターだったっけ
really talk like that? Ito just finished recording the going-ons in the classroom. What is this? I want to know what this is. Do I
どう
click
でもい
something?
いよ。
Game's quick saved. It doesn't matter. Positive? What do I do? This was class 31. Ito's in my class. What is this? Most of the class was like, this is clearly important. Most of the class was busy with Garo Froggy Cafe we were doing for the festival. Some people were ignoring the fuss and studying. Some of the otaku were reading light novels. Did they really think that if they left the paper cover for the book, if they left the paper cover from the bookstore on it, we couldn't tell it was a light novel? What's wrong with light novels? They're fun. They were just trying their best to stay out of the way. Most people were happily making Garo Froggy We're picking on the people for reading light novels, but you're doing Garo Froggy Cafe, like putting on a Garo Froggy costume and messing around. All the clubs had to participate in the festival, but so did all the classes. No one had told me, but evidently, several months ago, we decided to do a Garo Froggy themed cafe.
はっかゲロカエルンの声は女じゃん
Garo Froggy has a girl's voice.
いやそうだけどさ
Well,
そこ
sure.
は文化祭のノリ的なあれ
It's
で
just
いい
a culture
じゃん
festival.
別に
We'll allow it to change it.
違うってな。
That's wrong.
Huh?
Huh? You know, tilted his head in confusion. I decided to get back on topic. I took out my Pokecom. Pokecom? Pokecom. Pokecom? Pokecom sounds like I'm now in a Pokemon game, right? Like a Pokegear? This is Poke. Is it Poke or is it... I'm just gonna go Poke. We're just gonna treat it like it's Pokemon from now on. I took out my Pokecom and showed it to the Ito.
で、これが今月の19日の
So here's the image from the 19th of this month. Sorry, of this month? I wasn't aware it was this month. Okay, how did she die? I'm very
音漏
unclear.
れたんかどれ
Leaking,
leaking
leaking nose, huh? Let me
どこで拾った
let me see. I haven't seen this one before. Where'd you get it?
事件のまとめウィキに一瞬な。
I graded
消
wiki
される前にご託
scrapping.
取った。
It showed up for an instant on Aggregator wiki and scraped together before it got deleted.
ああこっちの方がアング
This
ルい
one's
い
got a
な
nicer angle, right?
なあさっき
Hey.
のカラオケのやつと合わせてニア道にアップさせてくれよ
Let me up. Hey, let me up to this to Nikonia along with the stuff you took from the karaoke box.
もう新聞部のオンライ
Who's
ンストレ
taking
ー
this
ジに当て
picture,
てあ
by the
る。
way? That's like a
見
very
やすい
close
ように
angle.
加工して使ってくれ。
I've already upped it to the newspaper club's online storage. Make some adjustments so it's easier to see, and then do what you want with it.
なんか最近再生数がいまいち伸びないんだよな
These have been kind of bad
この前
lately.
俺一人で
Last
作
video
っ
I
た
upped
動画のタグ
got
にも
tagged with
カメラ仕事しろ
cameraman
アング
do
ル
your
大
damn
体合っ
job.
てないとか書かれるし
And this anger sucks. So question. This feels like we're abusing our our newspaper clubs here by posting clearly violent images, but you know, he looked really upset. We talk about this very casually. Well, I knew how he felt. The Hekiko Academy Newspaper Club had been the first in the nation to upload a video version of the school paper to Nikonia? Our papers dealt with anything involving Shibuya. We'd done a special on the Shibuya restoration once the local paper had written about it. We won a special prize in the city's journalism contest, and the video got over 80,000 views despite being boring as hell. I mean, boring videos get more views for some reason. That was the whole premise of the other guy, was that like he just has a sad, pathetic life and he gets views. After that, though I could understand being upset at the fact that new videos dealing with going-ons in Shibuya weren't breaking the 2 digits.
あ
I mean,
あ、カメラ仕事
That's
し
how
ろ
it
の
goes.
タグをつけたのは僕だ。あれ、アングルひど
man,
い
you
ぞ
guys get 2 digits? Lucky you. This has what, 5? Oh, I was the one who put the cameraman. Oh, I cannot read, by the way. Oh, I was the one who put the cameraman's "do your damn job" tag on. The angle is crap, man. What a jerk. Why do I keep doing like visual novels if I can't read?
ゲットしてきた
Ta-da! Got it.
おお、オリジナルじゃん。
And it's an original.
疲れた。
I'm so tired. The boyfriend and girlfriend walked in, evidently back from shopping. Their arms were full of Garo Froggy stuffed animals.
だから違うって。
I told you. That's wrong. It's not Garo Froggy, isn't it? Isn't it like Garo Garo or something? Yeah, whatever.
え、だから何がだよ。
What's wrong? You never had it noticed then. I looked at my classmates who were already beginning to play with their new toys and said,
前も話したことあったろ。
I've told you this before,
大
right?
半の中高生は
You can tell your
日頃
average
アクセス
teenager's
してるサイト
information
で情
level
報レベルが知れ
by
るって。
knowing what sites they go to. You guys are really lame, by the way. This was a personal fear of mine. Smartphones and Pokecoms have become a religion to the modern teenager, and the information they... What is the difference between a smartphone and Pokecom? They gained... I could just look it up after this. Gained from these portable terminals had a huge influence over the West. What is a Pokecom? I really would like to know. Is that tips? I think it's not tips. What is a Pokecom? Fictional, the abbreviation of a name given to a series of pocket computers. So it is Pokemon. Oh. Smartphones and Pokemon have become... Yeah, we're that. Some people had only looked at the NSNs, like Twitter, Rene, and Facebook. I like Facebook. We have a Snowfox show like Facebook. Others at what an infuriating sentence to say, like, oh yeah, Facebook, others at Chan. At Chan. And Nikunia. Some looked at those as well as the links they found there. And then some people at those things, as well as their favorite celebrity blogs and the big Chan aggregators. Aggregators? It's supposed to be like aggressors, but it's like aggregators. Aggregators. I will never figure out how to pronounce this. And then whatever humor site was popular at the moment. All these people were wrong-siders. I hate this guy so far. Which is probably evidence that he's going to die soon, based on the other two characters. And the scary thing was that these days, 9 out of 10 wrong-siders were teenagers. This was made by the Steins Gate people, right? This feels like a much more, like, ordinary start compared to that. Garo Froggy launched 6 years ago with a cell phone strap, and it got unpopular for reasons no one ever understood. Probably because it's a cute frog or something. And then lately, a combination of Garo Froggy memes on Twitter. That's what they should rename it to. Just rename it to, like, Twitter instead of, like... As well as an amateur anime posted to Nikunia. What is Nikunia supposed to be? I don't know what Nikunia is. The other one's pretty obvious, but, like... I guess it's probably more like an Asian-y, like, one. If I remember right, it was a talking dancing frog singing anime themes. I created a fad, though I hated to use the word for something so stupid. You don't like to use the word fad, but you like to use the term wrong-sider? Let's work on our language, man. Come on. It amazed me that people honestly believe that the ribbit sounds made by the female actress in those videos were from the original. Or that the original was the stuffed animal that had come out recently, and not the phone strap. My guess was that they only got their information from Twitter.
それに
Who cares, man?
男の場合はウェイトレスじゃなくてウェイターだっての。
And a man can't be a waitress. He's a waiter. A man can be a waitress if they so desire. Just put on the waitress outfit. This was one of the reasons I joined the newspaper club. I didn't want to end up like them. I mean, you're a lot worse. Anyway.
宮代くん
Miyashiro? The girl, evidently the one in charge of the waitresses, was talking to me. Who was she again? Fujita? Fujimoto? I think there was a Fuji.
何田中さん。
What is it, Tanaka? Tanaka, I was totally wrong.
さ、教室で流す映像のビデオ撮影のことなんだけどさ。
About the videos we're going to be playing in the classroom. What was she talking about? Oh, right. They were going to make their own version of Niknio's videos, where they wore costumes to dance.
そのアップとかできるのかな、こうずっと同じで撮るんじゃなくて
Do you think we could do some close-ups or something instead of just shooting from the same spot the whole time? What? Was she telling me what to do? I didn't volunteer to videotape it. You guys forced me. Well, it was better than being told to dance or make props myself.
あ
Oh, well,
そ
you,
の
you see, this guy cannot talk to girls, huh?
フィ
New
フ
tip,
ィックス
fix.
じゃなくていろいろ
You don't
動
want
かせ
a
っていうこと
fix.
ですか
You want us to move around? Does fix mean like a stationary camera? Is that where? I'm so glad I could just look up the words they're moving. Snow Fox Show with all their boomer terms. Doesn't know 2015's terms? Slang was the word we're looking for. A recording term refers to the act of fixing a camera. That is not. I'm pretty sure that is not a recording term.
フィッ
Don't
ク
want to move
ス
around? Fix? It's
よく
also definitely not
わかんない
an
けど。
FIX capital. We're gonna read that as FIX because you capitalize it. I don't know what you mean.
あできますよ
Oh, we
アッ
can
プ
do
で
it.
も何でも
We can do close-ups or whatever.
本当よか
Really?
った
Great.
じゃあ本番までにどこをどう撮ってほしいかまとめ
I
て
read
渡
up
すから
how we want you to do it and give it to you before the shoot. And then she fled. Oh, that surprised me. Don't scare me like that. I was so nervous. I was sweating a little. Ito was looking at me and sighing. What?
お前やっぱ
No
リア充じゃ
way.
ないわ
Are you a normal man? What?
相変わらず慣れない相手だと挙取るし丁寧語だし
You forget whenever you're talking to someone new. Well, apparently we
し
do.
ょうがないだろいきなりだったんだ
I
から
can't help it. She came out of nowhere. What's more, I made it a policy not to talk to anyone unless it was necessary. This was the first time in quite a while I'd spoken to any of my classmates but Ito. Sounds definitely like something a normal person would do.
どうだった
How'd it go?
なんか自慢されてなかった
It was breaking about
フィ
something.
ックスとか
Right?
なんとか
Fix or something?
んだそれ
What?
またうんちくか
More technobabble? That's not really a technobabble. Just saying, oh, you want a fixed camera? You know, kind of like this. See, there's a fixed camera. They started to spread meaningless information. Stop it. Hearing whispers about me in the classroom brought back bad memories. I was starting to have a hard time breathing. Probably because you're weird. Super weird and obsessed about the internet and
What?
information.
大丈夫か
Hey, you okay? Do we get superpowers at some point, by the way? Because like, there's a bunch of people who got like weird powers. Surely we get some. It must look like I was in pain because Ito was looking at me with concern in his face. I quickly nodded to show that I was fine.
陰口は聞こえないように言えってのな
If you want to
し
talk,
かも自慢でもうんちくでもなんでもないっての
this goes longer than I figured. If you want to talk behind someone's back, do it where they can't hear you, and it's not bragging. It's not technobabble.
別に
That's what I said.
気にしてないよ
It doesn't bother
Fujita-san.
me. Fujita is.
誰だよ
Who's Fujita?
あ
Oh,
田中さんは情弱なだけなんだから
that is not close, by the way. Like, that's not remotely close. She's just a wrong-sider. That's right. It wasn't worth worrying about. She was just ignorant. See, saying she's just ignorant sounds a lot better than saying she's a wrong-sider. Ina looked over at her classmates, who were having fun.
ったくオポチュ
Jeez.
ニストが
Freaking opportunists. Hmm? Opportunists? Uh-oh. What did that mean again? I knew I heard it before. Do you know what opportunist means? It sounds like you're the wrong-sider, because you're ignorant. I ran the search by Pokecom, making sure not to let Ito see. The guy really has to look up the word. Opportunists. Ones that take advantage of any opportunity to achieve an end. you know, an opportunity. Do we really need a definition for this?
そうだな。
That's right.
言い
I
当て
think
てると
that's
思う。
exactly the right
みんな
word.
と同じ方向にひよってるだけだよ。
This guy goes on and on about how like awful everyone else is and they don't know things. He has to look up a basic word. Oh no. So we're like 0 and 3 for characters we like in this game, right? I'm sure a better one will pop up eventually. That's right. That's exactly the right word. They'll take out to me to bring you down.
まったくな。
You've got that right. Ito nodded, annoyed. Good. Looks like he didn't find out. Didn't find out that I don't know how.
いつの時代もスクールカーストの底辺にいる俺らオタクは上部にいる方たちに話のネタを提供する運命なのか。
This is like exactly like me, where it's like if he has to like go and like look at his device, be like, what does that word mean? But it's for me like reading, because people don't know I don't know how to read. We keep doing visual novels, so surely he must know how to read. Do you Otaku at the bottom of the school caste system always have to give the people above us something to talk about? Hold it. School caste system wasn't something I cared about, but
おい、
hey,
僕はオタクじゃないぞ。
I'm not an otaku. What are we? Just a really weird guy?
またかよ。
Not this again.
またってなんだ。
What do you
理屈
mean?
に合わないことが
Again?
気持ち悪いだけだ。一石。
I just don't like it when people are wrong. Do you want?
いい。ぶたなくていい。
No, I do not want a lecture.
オタクの定義は流動していて、当初あった悪いイメージは徐々に払拭されつつあるけれど。
The definition of the word otaku is changing, and the negative connotations it originally had are disappearing, but because it's kind of like a shut-in person who's
2015
obsessive
年
about
現在で
things.
もアニメやらラノベやら
Even
ゲームや
now.
らアイドルやらにハマっている人のことを指す場合が大半だ。
Sorry, I love when we do this though. Even now, in the year 2015, the year that it is currently, it still mostly serves to denote the obsessive with anime, light novels, video games, and idols. And what's wrong with those things? I thought I saw a boy reading a light novel turn toward me, but I didn't care.
僕はくだらないアニメやラノベは見ない。時間の無駄だ。
This guy is so cringy. I don't watch stupid anime or read stupid light novels. It's a waste of time. We know we're in a visual novel here, right, guys? We don't gotta attack our audience so hard.
以前お前なんかのアニメを絶賛してなかったか。なんだっけ。ブラチュ
Were you going on about how great some anime was? What was it? Bloodtoon?
くだらないアニメは見ないと言ったんだ。
I don't watch anime. That's stupid. Sorry, we have to think this through again. The year 2015, was anime cool then? Has animes become more acceptable? Well, what about the year? This is like Class of 9 all over again. I'm like, the healthy year 2009 when everyone hates anime.
素晴らしきかな我が人生や。
It's my
二
wonderful
人のベロニ
life.
カとかの名画を検索しようとすらせずに、同じようなアニメばっか見て。
It's no different than people who ignore quality movies like The Two Veronicas and It's My Wonderful Life. Is he saying It's a Wonderful Life is a good movie, or is like It's My Wonderful Life? Is that a copyright free one, or is that like actually what the movie's called? I don't. A Wonderful Life is a terrible movie.
このアニメを見てないやつはにわかだとか言ったり。
And I say anyone who hasn't seen a show is a casual.
わかったわかった
This guy really likes to just throw words that like have no meaning. I get it, I get it.
数列都市や冬の庭とかの名著。ああ、いいよねとか嘘ついて済ませてラノベばっか読んでいる。
Or people who lie about having read books like The Cities in Sequence or Winter's Garden and just read light novels all day. Again, light novels are perfectly fine. I don't know what... I read a lot of books and I don't know what they're trying to like... I mean, I know how to read. Cities in Sequence I don't recognize. Winter's Garden I don't recognize. I can't tell if there are parodies of like... I don't know if this is a copyright free version. I'm supposed to like recognize what it is. Oh well. Because the only garden one that comes to mind is like Secret Garden. I don't think I know anything of Cities in Sequence. That's a fun little like name for a book though. I'll steal that name at some
そう
point.
いう自分の好きな知識しか吸収しないやつを言うんだ。オタクっていうのは。
The word otaku refers to people like that, who only bother to absorb information about the subject that they enjoy. You know, like a normal person.
カメラオタクってなんか怪しいイメージあるよな。
Camera otaku always seem like a bunch of weirdos to me.
別に人様に迷惑かけなければいいんじゃん。
As long as it's not bothering anyone. Who
う
cares?
ちだってジョニオタだし。
I'm a Johnny otaku, please. Oh, I hate these people so much. Stop it, please. More than anything. I don't want to be the same as you people. Oh, he wants to be special. There's no problem. And then the door to the classroom flew open. Ah, I see we're doing our weird thing again. Okay. Based on this being a Steins Gate, like, by the people that did Steins Gate, and the fact that we keep having weird things that I don't understand pop up on the screen, I'm going to assume that time travel will be related in this game, because we've already spoken about, like, seeing the future already, so time is hinted at that. It's in the same universe as Steins Gate. So surely we're going to loop back around, and this is going to be relevant, because I clearly can't do anything with her right now, right? Or I just don't know how to do it, one of the two. A female student was looking in. She must have been in a hurry, because she was a little out of breath. What is this stupid circles? She brushed her long hair out of her eyes and was about to come inside.
ノノ、どうした
No,
の？
no? What's up?
おお、女帝、ちょうどよかった。
Oh, Empress, perfect timing. The whole class started talking to her.
ちょっと。
Hold on. That's a very long ribbon, right? Like that is just dangling. She's about to say something when her foot caught on the cables running across the room. Ah! She suddenly tripped. She almost tripped, but managed to keep her balance. What a useful piece of dialogue. Oh. She smiled a bit and took a deep breath. All the students around her, boys and girls alike, began to move. They surrounded her as if they were welcoming a long-lost family member.
ちょっと誰？
I don't think
こ
that
んな
was
ところに
silent
ケ
there
ー
for
ブ
a
ル置
moment.
きっぱなしにしたの。
Hey, who
危
put
ない
cable here?
な。
It's dangerous.
ノノ、ごめんね。
No, no, I'm so sorry.
女帝、大丈夫か？
Empress, you okay? Stop calling her Empress, that's
気
dumb.
にしないで。
Yeah, don't worry about me. Where is it? She answered them with a smile. I feel like her eyes met. I like away without thinking. No, Kurusu. The first student council president of Hey, so it's a student council president. That makes sense.
あのさ、うちの喫茶でキッチン側とそれ以外のこっち側のなんてのお客さんスペースってか。
I hate when it like goes for so long because I just don't know how long I'm just going to be sitting here quietly. Hey, so for the cafe, we've got the kitchen and the other part. What do you call it? Where the customers sit? Oh my god, the front end? I understand they're supposed to be like high schoolers, but like, do you not know where? Kirsty smiled a little bit as she spoke.
ホール側？
You mean the hall?
そうそう、ホールだ。その
Hall's
さ、
a
間を仕切る
weird
暗幕の
choice.
数の調整ってワックンしてくれた？
Yeah, the hall. Did Mr. Wacky adjust the number of curtains we've got to partition the two?
調整？
Adjust?
涌井先生が
Did
増田君にそう言ったの？
Mr. Waku say he was going to do that? Masuda?
え、
Masuda.
聞いてない？
Huh? You hadn't heard?
ええ。
No?
ということ
Which
は
means-
絶対やってないでしょうね。
Definitely didn't
わ
do
かっ
it.
た。私から言っておく。
Fine, I'll talk to him.
大丈夫？
You sure?
なんか女帝、先生た
Teachers
ち
seem
か
to
ら
have the-
目つけられてんじゃん。てか、怖がられてんじゃん。
You sure? The teachers seem to have their eye on you, Empress. Actually, they seem scared of you. I'll just, once again at this point, like to iterate, I have no idea what is happening in this game. It's moving very slowly, but like, whatever.
生徒会長なんて生徒側から学校側に無理難題を押し付けるためにいるものでしょ。大丈夫。なけなしの権力を振りかざすから。あと増田君、 女帝はや
Sorry,
めて
there's a fourth line. Didn't think there's going to be a fourth line. The student council president's job is to make the teachers' lives difficult for the benefit of the students. Don't worry, I use what little power I've got. Oh, and Masuda, stop calling me Empress.
ほほサンキュー女帝
Thanks, Empress.
あなたね
Now listen, you. Most of the boys in the class called Kurisu Empress as a joke. She got the name after becoming the hero of her fellow students through gallant deeds like putting an end to the principal's endless homeroom speeches. Not to mention... Ugh. This is the most not important plot for like 2 supernatural deaths. Not to mention bringing more types of bread to the school store. Do you have melon bread? Go for some melon bread.
ノーノー着ぐるみありがとね
Thanks for the costume, Nana. It was a perfect fit.
田中それ
Tanaka.
私が試着した時最後までファスナー上がらなかったんだけど
When I wore that, I couldn't get the zipper all the way up.
と
Oh,
地雷
should I have kept my mouth shut?
呼び込み禁止にするからね
I can stop you guys from doing any advertising, you know.
あーごめん
I'm sorry.
嘘
This is a joke.
ピチピチだからこれは割とマジでいやてかどうせ胸で引っかかったんで
Watch
しょ
there have been an English option this whole time. No, I just like didn't look for it. You're just fine. I mean it. And wait, this probably got stuck on your breast anyway, didn't it?
冗談
It
期
was a
待してる
joke.
から
I'm counting on you,
笑い取
okay?
ってよ
Get lots of laughs. She sure was popular. Which makes her a normal. She's a normal. She has friends. I guess fulfillment out of life. And like, only is interested in things that they like. What a normal. She even knew the names of the students in other classes. Oh, our main character sucks. The top of the school caste system. Caste? I don't know what this word is. I know I picked on the guy for not knowing a word, but that's not a normal word. Normal. That was the first phrase that came to mind. And then...
タクル
Takeru.
話があるの
We
ちょ
need
っ
to
と
talk.
来てくれる
Can you come with me? Takes me out of the hallway and stabs me. Kurisu walked all the way over to me and Ito. Her expression was so kind. It seemed like she had been putting... There was an earthquake at the beginning of the story. And now I'm doing a student like culture festival. Oh, times have changed. Her expression was so kind, and it seemed like she had been putting on some kind of act. I could see that all the people who had been surrounding her were staring at me.
女
What
帝カメラっ子に何の
Does
用
the
だ
Empress want with the
友
camera
達な
kids?
のか
Are they friends?
知らないの
What?
No,
You didn't
no.
know? No is...
はあマジで
Huh? Seriously? I adore my classmates' whispers to focus on Kurisu. Kurisu? Kurisu. Her smile seemed fake, as if it had been plastered on her face. Whenever she smiled like that, it meant she wasn't in a good mood.
今はごめん
Sorry,
事件
I
に関して
can't
気づいたことがあって
I just figured out
そ
something
れを
about
ま
the
とめてる
case,
最中なんだ
and I'm putting it together.
うん
Her whole ribbon just disappeared.
生徒会文化祭の準備が佳境だろだからクルスが落ち着いたらで
The student council's really busy with the festival right now, right? Someone just calm down, Kusuru. Kurusu, not Kusuru. Kurusu. Kurusu. Chris? Sorry, is that Chris? That's the Steins Gate. That's the Steins Gate joke. Call your Kurusu. Kurusu. Her cheeks twitch a little. Crap. Chris didn't like it when I called her by her last name.
ちょっと来てく
Can
れ
you go with
る
me to the club
物
room
質
really quick? Yeah? I can sense a dark aura far away around her, hardly befitting the so-called Empress.
来てくれる
Can you? Cat face? She was so close to me.
行こうか
Let's go to the club room.
なあ宮代
That cool of you, Mashio? Miyashiro. Miyashiro. Ito couldn't handle the terror. It didn't look like I could talk my way out of this one. Seeing no other choice, I nodded and stood up.
クルス
Chris! Yeah,
クルス
Chris.
ちょっと
You got a second?
グラウンドに
Wait,
出
what's
す
your
屋台の
uniform
コンロ
different?
の数でしょ。やっぱり一つの屋台につき一つで統一する。
Is it about the portable stoves for all the food stalls on the fields? We decided that every stall gets one.
いやそれは
That's okay.
おう
悪いけど例外はなし。
Sorry, no
校
exceptions.
長に掛け合ったけど
Especially the
ダメ
principal,
だっ
but
た
I
か
couldn't
ら。
get him to
人
change
数
his
が多
mind.
くて不満があるところは私が後で直接説明に行く。
If any of the bigger groups are still upset, I'll go talk to them myself.
了解い
了解
やちょっと待ってなんで
I mean-
持ち場離れて
Wait, why aren't you where you're supposed to be?
クルス
Uh,
だから
Chris?
忙しかったら落ち着いたら
I
でいい
told you. That if you're busy, we can do this later.
もう終わったから。ごめんね
I'm done.
川原くん。
Sorry,
急ぎな
Kawahara.
の。
Kawahara. I'm in a hurry right now. Her tone was gentle, but brooked no argument as she hurried to the club room. What club am I in? Ah! I don't like when this happens on the screen.
宮代
Negative, negative,
また
negative,
お前
negative.
か今度は何したんだ
Miyashiro, you again? What did you do this time? Kawahara cut her off. I didn't know his first name. He was in the same class as Ito and I. And he was the vice president of the student council.
いやいい言わなくても分かってる
You don't need to tell me.
また例のくだらない記者ごっこだろ
You were pretending to be
そ
a
れとも
reporter
探
again,
偵気取
right?
りか
Or was it a detective? I mean, we have a newspaper supposedly, don't we? I knew why he was giving me a hard time. He didn't like the fact that Kurisu was spending time with me.
別に
It's
No.
not though.
何
What?
か
It's
川原くんに迷惑は
any of
かけてな
your
い
business,
と思いますけど
I think.
かかってるんだよクルスの時間が割かれると同じ生徒会の俺たち全員にな
It is my business. When you take up Kurisu's time, I'm saying that right. I know I'm saying it right. Kurisu's time, you cause trouble for me and the rest of the student council. Okay. I'm not wasting my time with this. There's no point. I tried to ignore him and just walk on by.
お前小中と不登校だったんだって
So, I heard you skipped most of elementary and middle school. Is that true? That's a weird tangent in this story here, right? What does that have to do with anything? I could feel my legs tense up. I stopped. My face got hot, and without thinking, I glared accusingly at Kurisu. Or Chris, alright. The main character has to say Chris. She quickly shook her head.
川原くん、急
Kawahara,
いでいるから。
I'm really in a hurry right now. It's you who are wasting the time. But he kept staring at me. I felt like he was grinning a little. It pissed me off. But there was nothing I could say. I did my best I could to ignore him and turn away. I ignored what sounded like a little laugh and hurried to the club room. What club are we in? 5F? You got 5 floors.
違うからね。
It wasn't me, okay? The second of the three of us were alone in the club room, her expression changed. The smile plastered on the student council president's face had disappeared. This was who she really was.
何が
What wasn't?
川原くんが言ってたこと。
What Kahara was saying.
私が彼に言ったわけじゃないから。
I didn't tell him, okay?
別に気にしてないよ
It didn't bother me.
嘘。
I am so bad at kanji, I can't even read these. You're lying. Really, but it didn't. Everything about me was different than it used to be.
まあまあ
So, what was
で
it?
何
What
副部長
was? Did you want to talk about
話があるんでしょ？
something, Miss Vice President of the newspaper club? Newspaper club? She's vice president of the newspaper club? She must be very busy with our newspaper club and the student council. Is she a persona character? Is that why she's head of every club? Chris sighed and changed the subject.
タクル
Takaru,
あなたちゃんとご飯食
are
べ
you
てる
eating
の
right? You look like
少し
you
痩せたんじゃない
lost weight. That's why I dragged you into this room to ask you that, huh? Where is this coming from?
これからどんどん寒くなってくるでしょ
It's going to start getting
住んで
colder
ると
soon.
ころの防寒対策とかちゃんとしてるんでしょう
You
ね
know? Can you keep warm in a place where you're living? You're living in? Oh, because he lives in his like RV, right? Or not? Is it RV? Crap, she was in a nag mood.
進路調査
And I
結
heard
局
you
就
told.
職で提出したんですって進学で提出しなさいって言ったのに勉強できないわけじゃないんだから
And I heard you told the teachers you were going to get a job after graduation. I told you to say you were going to college. It's not like you aren't smart enough. That's not good. You gotta go to college in Japan, guys. Come on. Especially
確かに
Shibuya.
今からだと厳しいけど受験なら私が面倒見るってこれも前に言ったでしょ
I know it's going to be hard for you now. To start now. But I've told you before that I can help.
調べたの
Did
と
you
いう
go
より
asking
話
teachers?
ってそれ
No, wait. Is that what you wanted to talk about?
どうなのちゃ
Well,
んと食べてるの
are you eating right?
食べてるよ大丈夫だって
I must stress that there was an earthquake and like 2 deaths like previously. And this is what we're talking about. I'm eating fine. Everything's just fine. I wave my hand to bring the conversation to a close. I didn't want it to end this way. I didn't want this to end the way it used to, with a 6-hour-long lecture about how every aspect of my life was wrong, followed by hard labor as my punishment. Chris looked like she still had a lot more to say, but a moment later,
あなた先週の金曜日学
you
校
skipped
サ
school
ボった
last
でしょ
Friday, didn't you? Huh? Oh, so that's what this was about.
サボったよ
Yeah, I
別に
did.
問題ないだろ
Is that a problem?
あるに決まってるでしょ
Of course it is.
ど
It's a
こで
problem.
何してたの
So that's the only rule, so. Of course it's a problem. Where were you? Investigating a murder for the newspaper club.
ストレー
Clearly.
ジにアップした画像あれを撮りに行ってたんじゃないの
You were taking those photos you upped to the You upped, come on. You uploaded. Uploaded to the storage folder, weren't you? David, I figured that would be it. She was right. The picture I'd taken from the karaoke box were from last Friday, when I skipped school. The evidence against me is building up. Positive, negative, positive, negative. I started staking out the place early in the morning and waited for the manager of the condo building to open the curtains.
苦労したんだでもおかげで警察以外まだ誰も見てない現場の画像を撮れた
It was a lot of work, but I was able to get photos of the scene that nobody else has, except the police.
こういう事件ばかり追いかけるの
I
はや
told
め
you
なさい
before
って
that you
前
need
から
to...
言ってるでしょ
I'm talking over her. I told you before that you need to stop spending all your time on this stuff. What a terrible vice president of the newspaper club who doesn't want to go after the stories. Chris was the president of the newspaper club and had been opposed to Ito's and my journalistic FOs for a long time. They spent most of her time investigating crimes in Shibuya. I mean, that definitely does not seem like something a high schooler in Shibuya should be doing, but... Stuff like the attacks on the homeless people that had been... I just punched the table. Wow. Stuff like the attacks on the homeless people that had been floating around the city ever since the earthquake. And urban legends about the company involved in the rebuilding, who put up tons of security camera all around the city. And a serial arson case, where the... Why are we investigating arson? Where the culprit had never been caught. Sounds like terrible thing. And now the strange deaths. We should not be looking into these. For her part, Kurusu said that the student paper shouldn't be investigating crimes. She wrote normal, sincere articles and made normal, sincere videos. I like that. That's a good idea, Kurusu. Do you want to call her Kurusu or do you want to call it Kurus? Kurus? Because it's Kurus, which is Chris. So I'm just going to call her Chris. Video about the Shibuya recovery efforts that had won a prize had been mostly her work. So she's better than
タ
us.
クル
Takaru?
今回あなたおかしい学校をサボってまで事件を追うなんて 今までなかったでしょ。
You're really acting strange this time. You never skipped school to do this stuff before, have you? That was true. But the reason why was obvious, right? I was lucky enough to have a huge mystery right in front of me.
今回に関しては学校をサボるのもしょうがないよ。
This is worth skipping school for. Stay in school, everyone. Why?
だって新聞部を立ち上げてから初めて起こった渋谷での大きな事件じゃないか。
Because it's
こんな美味しいネタ。
this is the first big thing that happened in Shibuya since we started the newspaper club. This is a huge scoop.
おいしい
Scoop? That face was bad news. It was scary. I don't like that music either. Ito was right next to me, so I grabbed him and held him tight.
おい、盾にすんなって。
Don't use me as a shield.
盾なの？
Wait, am I a
てか
shield?
副部長、何その顔？
Why is her face so scary?
おいしいですって
A huge scoop?
人が死んでるっていうのに
People are dead, and to you it's just a huge scoop?
違います。
No?
すいません。
I'm sorry. Stay away from me. I really can't handle this.
おすんなって。ちょっと待って、マジで盾なの？
Don't push me. Are you really using me as a shield?
やばいやばい。
Oh crap. Let's not oh crap for Yabai. Yabai's dangerous. That's just an exclaim, I guess. So Yabai. The face was seriously bad news. The Empress was scary enough that she could send a demon running in terror. I'd never met a demon either, so that's just how scary she was.
もう一度言ってくれる
Care to
より
repeat
によ
that?
ってあなたが人が死んでおいしいですって
Care to repeat that? Want to tell me again how all those deaths are just a huge scoop for you? Oh shit. I need to find some way to stop her. Ah. And then I felt the wind rush by my ears. Huh? Huh? Can I have this be our thumbnail? Just huh. Oh, come on. Can we just... Do we have to pause on this screen here, guys? Come on. Now the worst possible time. The wind blew through the room. Cursor didn't have time to hold down her skirt. Oh. Okay, here comes my serve. I've got it. My eyes were locked with cursors as I heard the sounds from the open window. I hadn't even realized it was open until then. There was a tennis court on top of this special use building. There was probably the tennis team out there. This is a... There are actually 2 people dead in the story so far, just by the way. I needed to say something. What was I supposed to tell her? That I hadn't seen anything?
副部長？
But... Sorry, he's not saying vice principal, he said Fukuba-chan. He's literally just calling her by her last name. Fukuba-chan.
白なんですね。
Why, huh?
イメージ通りというか。
I guess that's what I'd expect. Was there a whole thing that, like, school uniform actually does have to have, like, white undergarments? I thought that was, like, a whole thing with, like, the skirts for, like, Japanese schools. Idiot, are you trying to get yourself killed?
私の下着の色が何色か
Does it
今
really
関
matter
係
what
あん
color
の
of my...
か
Does it really matter what color my underwear is now, asshole? Yeah. I flinched at the sudden noise. Ah, we're going back to the scary music. I'm sorry. Huh? And then I realized. I was sure that the sound of cursor kicking the wall, or maybe the sound of her murder Ito, but I was wrong. It was coming from deeper inside the room.
あ
I'm
の
sorry,
子
who's
は
this?
まったく
That girl, sheesh.
和樹来てたの
Kazuki, are you here?
和樹
Kazuki?
そうかヘッドホン
Oh, she's got her headphones on. We have a lot of people in this club. Chris sighed and pulled off the headphones that Kazuki always wore.
円数2でイラついたからって
PSO2?
壁を殴るのはやめなさい。何度も言ってるでしょ。
I've told you to stop hitting the wall every time something goes wrong in ESO2. What is he? Oh, PSO2! Okay, so they are doing copyright-friendly things. If I look up ESO2 in here, it better be PSO2. Tips list. ESO2. Fictional version of Empire Sweeper Online 2. The sequel of what was once Japan's largest online RPG. Yep, so that's PSO2. Empire Sweeper Online, like the predecessor, was well received, while the vast majority of users moved from ESO2. The inability to transfer character data from the first game had caused a small number of veterans to use their users to stay with ESO1. The game takes place in the fantasy world of Barceland, which was modeled after... Okay, so it's medieval instead of futuristic. Yeah, that's fun. Well, it's 2015. 2015 had PSO2, right? Pretty sure it did. Or at least in Japan it did.
壁へこんでるじゃないもう。
Look, you're making a dent. Hana Kazuki, the only first-year student in the newspaper club. But forget her. This was my chance. As Chris was rubbing the red marks on Kazuki's hand, I said,
とにかく僕は事件を追う。発見があったんだ。もしかしたら大きな手がかりになるかもしれない。
Anyway, I'm gonna keep following this case, and I found a clue, but it might be a big one. Chris glared at me for a moment, but...
おお、マジか。よし、すぐ準備する。聞かせてくれ。ぜひ聞かせてくれ。
Wow, really? Okay. I'll get ready. Ready. Tell me all about it. I can't wait. Ito hurried over to the club's computer, desperate for any chance to escape his doom. I stared back at Chris for a moment and then...
PC 立ち上げてストレージの画像プリントアウトしてくれ。
He even said PC, like boot up the PC. He didn't say boot up the computer, he said boot up the PC and print out the images in the storage folder.
了解だ。
Okay. Ito's voice was louder than it needed to be, and he turned on the computer.
もう殴らないこと。
No more punching the wall. Okay. No anger. People don't rage. See? Good advice. Maybe shook pity on Porio because she didn't say anything else, but she still crossed her arms and glared at us and leaned against the wall. She was at least going to hear me out, it looked like. Or maybe this was just her way of making sure I didn't escape her. I didn't escape? No, I didn't escape.
後で飯をおごれよ。
You'll be a lunch later.
なんで
Why?
やだよ。
I don't want to.
盾にしやがって気まずすぎんだろ。
For using me as a
こんなもん
goddamn
00
shield.
巻き込まれ事故じゃねえか。
This was 100% your fault to begin with.
それは謝るけど。
I'm sorry,
でも今回はまだマシだ。
but you were lucky.
手が出なかったか
She
ら。
didn't get violent.
手って
Huh?
副部長。
Violent? The vice principal? I nodded. Chris was the girl that everyone looked up to, but she was actually very short-tempered. It would take me more than 5 fingers. It would take me more than 5 fingers, but less than 10, to count the number of times she'd slap me hard. Sounds terrible. When I told him that,
マジか。そんな
Are you serious?
なんていうか。
I mean, really?
ありなの
Are there teenager girls that do that
本当にいいのか。ヒスか S っ子手前じゃん。
It's one step short of an HYS or an SCO. Gotta keep... I'm glad we have a glossary. Oh, it just has fun for new ones too. SCO, a girl, a sadistic personality who enjoys inflicting pain on others, extremely dangerous. And short for hysteric, originally a term used for psychology, but used here to refer to a short-tempered person who can't control their emotions. Never heard of these terms, but whatever.
ねえ、あなた方。陰口は聞こえないように言えって言われないの？
Has no one ever told you that if you want to talk behind someone's back, you should do it where they can't hear you? It's for the other scene. Get it, guys? The almost HYS didn't even bother looking at us as she spoke.
いや、
No, we just said that to someone, though, in the classroom. We didn't just say that.
そう
I see. And then she fell silent. She was scary as hell. I felt like if I moved, she'd kill me.
おごりだ。決定だ。
You're
大
buying.
盛り
It's
にデザー
settled.
トだ。
Supersized. With
移動は
dessert.
認め。
No objections.
高校ちゃん
That was 50% your fault. Actually, it was 100% Ito's fault for not keeping his mouth shut.
なあ、
Hey. What?
見たか
Did you
見た
see
よ
it?
な。
You saw it, right?
見てないよ
Ito, you're trying to get us killed. I didn't. Can we please stop cutting back to this, please? Thanks. That was a lie. I'd seen it. They were white. I actually said it out loud, so. I glanced at Chris from the corner of my eye. I guess that really was just what you'd expect. Still, I only got a glimpse. It was entirely possible I had been mistaken. There are 2 dead people. If I burned the image into my brain now, maybe the next time something like this happened, I'd be able to react more quickly. So I prayed for more good luck. Even if it did happen again, I swear I would react as a right-sider. What? I don't understand how a right-sider would. A right-sider wouldn't panic over something as insignificant as seeing a girl sunshine. In a situation like that, it was critical that you stay calm. Would you hurt you to turn on the printer? Use Kazuki trotted over it like she usually did. I hate when it does this. I would love to understand it. That's not the school uniform, by the way. The online game addict had the best computer skills than anyone in the club. Whenever she was around, it was her job to run searches and to organize the information in the PC, but
和樹手
Kazuki,
伝わなくていい
we don't need
こ
you
の
for
件に
this.
ついては部の活動と認めてないから
I don't consider this part of our club activities. Oh. Kazuki gives us a questioning look.
あと
Yeah, that's
う
right.
んそうなんだ
Kazuki just said, like she usually did, and walked away. Kazuki put her headphones on and went back to the corner of the room. She started slamming keys again. Never did know how to talk to her. Actually, I felt like it had been forever since I had spoken to her. If you could call this a conversation, that is. She'd been part of the newspaper club for 6 months, and all I knew about her was that she liked games, knew a lot about computers, and hated talking. Sounds like a right-sider to me. In the end, Ida printed out the pictures, and I took them and went in the front of the bulletin board before Chris changed her mind. Oh, this looks like actual activity. If Chris was going to listen, it was probably better to start from the beginning. There's so much more. She didn't seem interested in the cases, but if I ignored her, and it made her even madder, even using Ito as a shield wouldn't be enough to save me. Says again, this looks like a good break point. So remember, guys, if you've been enjoying the videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Try to get to 100 eventually. Change the goddamn name. You have to be it. Sorry, I have to sound more pathetic. That's how we get the subscribers, right? It's so sad that we can't change it, and it's so lonely. We need more people. So anyway, make sure to interact and do the things, and we'll see you all next time. All right. Can do more chaos route. Bye. I should probably put it on the actual, pause screen. It's a much nicer frame. Get it? Frame. Because it's a frame.